Hey YouTube, it's your Black Sky Chronite. I know it's been a little while, approximately almost 200 days. My bad, I was busy trying to get a new computer, and I did, man, I did. So you can see it may look a little bit better, it may run a little bit smoother, there's no little lag spikes in between it, and it's real nice. But I guess let's get started with the video. I'd say welcome new players, welcome to Rune Slayer. It's a very fun game, it's sort of like Deep Woken, but it's less parry based, I would say. It's not so dire, you can do stuff without parrying as much, but all sorts of builds you can create, and there's all sorts of classes you can choose. You can choose Archer, Striker, Mage, Warrior, Priest, or Thief. They all specialize in different stats. Striker and Warrior specializes in the strength. Thief, Archer is going to be agility. Intellect is going to be Magician and Priest. Also, Priest also scales, some of it scales off Spirit. Stamina is just your health. But when you start the game, you're going to be wondering, how the heck do I level up? And you start off probably with a basic weapon that does maybe 5 damage if you're lucky. Well, you can always go to the guild house over here. Go up here, you want to talk to this lady right here. You're going to want to talk to her, and then eventually when you click the little options, you go to a bunch of jobs appear. You're going to collect all the jobs on the job board. I don't really care for these right here. These are kind of useless. They don't give a lot. But you want to get about 1 silver. At least 1 silver. The way this currency works in the game, this is 20,000 right here. This is, let's say, 8,600. You can see it's just 2,000 or 20,000, so 28,699. That's your currency. But they split it up into gold, silver, and copper. You want to come over here and buy if you're like a mage or whatever. Usually I go warrior, so I'd go over here and talk to this guy, buy me a copper axe and a copper pickaxe. Then, after I talk to this guy, twice apparently, there's a cave way over here. Now I do this preemptively just so when I do reach the level I'm not searching for gear to level up with. But if you're a warrior, you can come to this cave way over here. This is the only cave I know that you won't be attacked by monsters, because you have the bear cave, which has a bear in it. That ain't no fun, especially when you're low level. And they have the black slime or black ooze slime cave, which also has iron, but not a lot of it. And also they attack you and they'll poison you and you'll die. But come down this cave over here. Glide past him, don't get hit, like that. Up the little ramp, and voila! All the iron you could ever wish for. Yeah, you collect this, you make items out of it. But you can go collect the iron if you're a warrior. If you're a mage or anything, you have to kill animals for the leather. You can get medium light armor. Medium armor specializes in, I'm pretty sure, agility stats. Heavy armor specializes in strength. Light armor specializes in strength. And light armor also specializes in, let's see, intelligence and spirit. Now in this game there are plenty types of armor you can create. There's all sorts of weapons you can grab. I'm using a sinking serpent katana because it applies poison. But you go over here, you smelt your ores, and you can come over here and you can craft all sorts of different types of armor and weapons and all sorts of things depending on what materials you've collected. You unlock the recipes once you've collected the item from a beast or something. It can be many things. Let's see, like helmet, iron helmet. Need 2 iron to make. Leather, mask, medium leather, thick leather, heavy leather. All the leather comes from each area's different monsters. What you want to do is you want to collect all the yellow quest icons. You'll see a yellow question mark above their head. You want to collect all those quests. You don't have a quest limit. There's no limit to how many quests you can collect. So some quests can have overlapping items that they need, or animals you have to kill, so it's just less time spent trying to kill that many. But you want to complete all your quests in this area. Usually you'll reach around level 20. If you're a mage, you can come over to this guy over here in the tower. Mage and priest, my bad. Hate to exclude the priest of this game. You can come over here and you can buy a scroll. Now, there's different things you can get from it. This is all crappy, terrible spells. You can get your magic spells from here. Different mobs will drop magic spells, like they'll drop books, skill book of wind gust, skill book of fireball. It comes from a jungle bird and a imp. But once you have completed all the quests around here, got level 10, or you've ranked up by killing the mobs, I do recommend being a warrior on your first run so you can get the hang of it, and grabbing a shield and great sword. Very necessary. Especially when you do 10 M1 damage versus 5. Well, you're going to come talk to a guy who sits right here, get the goblin quest, whatever it is, go kill the goblin champion. You're going to need a friend or a few team members at your level. Approximately level 20 you'll reach the rank to not have any more quests in this area. Of course, you can also grab this quest right here, complete it. It's a Wayshire teleport scroll. You're definitely going to need it. This is where you can take out your animals and everything. You can upgrade your storage and all such. This guy over here, the blacksmith, is where you socket your runes. You can choose a weapon, socket runes on, traditional katana, you know, as long as it has rune slots on it. Rune slots have a chance of being on a weapon when you get it the first time. Like when the weapon you get as a drop or you craft it, it has a chance to have rune slots. And you can increase those rune slots later on with satanic runes and pretty sure rune garber. You can only use one of each on the weapon. Alright, back to the level 20 business. After you got that guy's quest, you can go over here and take out my bear. His quest gives you the ability to ride animals that you tame. You can only tame certain ones as a non-beast tamer class, which is part of archer. Each class has about 2 or 3 subclasses. I think Samurai only has 1 subclass right now, but each subclass has specialized skills, like Warrior has Knight, Berserker, and Swordmaster. Priest has Cleric, Mage has Warlock, and Arcane Mage, I think. But they all have different abilities and such. After you done this, you want to come talk to your inn advisor over here. You can talk to the inn NPC to set your spawn, but of course you're going to do the same thing. You're going to go grab every quest that all these guys have. You're going to turn in your Beast Tamer quest right here, and then you have to go back to the village to go turn it into that guy, and then you can finally ride your animal. And it allows you to get across places quicker. Now the blue question marks are going to be profession quests. They're good for like leveling your profession. That's about it. Of course, professions are really useful. Like, let's see. So professions can give you different stats, just like combat can give you luck, mining can give you stamina, foraging can give you strength, alchemy I think is intellect, herbalist. I'd have to go check all of them, but I know mining and foraging are stamina and strength, which are the ones I'm concerned about as a warrior class. World boss spawn around the area. Slime King, Elder Treant. Of course, I can show you how to kill an Elder Treant real quick. But yeah, you're gonna be collecting materials and all such. It's gonna be difficult if you're I'm pretty sure an archer has a little bit more trouble, but you can get a funny ring to help you out, or a bow, and you can range them. And now we're running. Right now there's an event going on. There's an event at NPC. He's at Wayshire. He's that guy next to the barrel of fireworks. You can go talk to him. You can kill things and do his quest. Oh no, he doesn't have any quests. You get event points for killing stuff. The stronger an NPC, the more points. But yeah, you're gonna do your rank up mission here. And there's also a guy in the swamp way over here on the left. I'll make my way to him. By the way, that way is the Lich King and the Goblin. No, it's the Lich King, it's the Lich, and the Goblin King. Oh god. That way. The skeletons and goblins spawn over there. You can get your second crab quest right here. These quest NPCs give more EXP than the job quest, like almost twice as much. So I strongly recommend doing those quests, even though they might be slightly harder. Once you have gotten to level, you're probably around level 30-ish, semi-sorta, and you've done your rank up to where you can't do quests in this area anymore, I do not recommend going to the Imps and Fiends first. I recommend going to the beach, even though it's recommended for level 40. Just because the beach NPCs there are much easier to deal with than the NPCs at the Fiend and Volcano area. By the way, that is a spider cave. It leads down to the Spider Queen spawn. Certain bosses like the Runic Whale, the Spider Queen, and I forgot what else, spawn every hour. So like if you look down your clock, if it's like an hour just started, then those have spawned. But over here's the beach. It's really nice. You can go set your spawn in the middle of the area. The only NPCs you cannot cheese here are the skeletons and the frogs, simply because they just jump. Actually, you can almost cheese the frogs, but they have a little bit more reach than the other NPCs. I'll show you how to do it in a second. Well, you're gonna do the same thing. Go collect all your quests. You're not gonna have any quest icons here for now because you're not level 40, but the EXP you're going to get from these quests is severely way more than the other one, because the other one gives around, I think, 1,600 EXP. These give 2,400.
What the?
I'm going to show you how to cheese one of the NPCs real quick. Now, you're going to want to have a high damage something, mostly M1s. You're going to have to find some way to do that damage, whether it be a great sword or whatever, but you can simply just do this. Now, bad spot. Over here's better, because that little NPC over there will grab you. But you can just sit here and M1 them, or they don't work well on cliffs either. They don't jump. Lobsters will jump, coconut crabs won't. Coconut crabs are the highest level NPC here, so if you are near max level, you can still gain HP off them. I will say these things have very high defense, so these do almost no damage. But that doesn't stop you from sitting there and farming good EXP. After you've completed most of your quests, I don't recommend doing the shark quest to hunt the shark ones, because you need to go talk to this NPC right here when you're level 40 to take on the shark taming quest, but you have to have 3 mutated meat, which comes from the frogs. It's a low drop. But you're probably around level 36 right now, so you're not going to be able to do that quest. Level 36, I would recommend going to the Imp and Fiend place now, just because it's a lot easier when you're higher level. Oh, it's terrible. Horrible. Fiends and Imps are absolutely atrocious to fight. I'd say the hardest NPC to kill here is either the skeleton if you don't have any range or hyper armor, or the frog because he just does severe damage and also high poison. Well, you see that's Wayshire right there. There's a area way over here. That's the Imp and Fiend Volcano. It's also where the Holy Sect faction is. When you get level 50, you'll go into a faction to do certain things like use bands and such. Like I'm using the Blessed Band, which gives 24 strength, 8 stamina, which I really like. Golden Fairies, you get those from the Elder Treant. They're really useful. They give you 4 more drop rerolls. If you have the Malleus Ring, they give 3, I think, if you don't. Over here, there's another inn. You can set your spawn. You can collect all the quests. There's some quests I didn't do, such as defending Bluewood. I'm not killing fiends. I don't care what they want. I am not going to go kill a fiend. The most pain in the rump thing, because they grab you once and you're dead, because you just get shoved straight into lava. Go ahead and set your spawn. Check your inventory. The only place to socket runes is at the Wayshire spawn, so there's another quest for NPC in there. I'll show you the 2 different locations, which has what, since it's going to be a little bit interesting to find out where you're going. You're gonna come in this cave, go up the roof, and there's gonna be 2 entrances, one on the right and one on the left. This entrance you have to pay 1 silver to get in. Actually, it's 5. And this leads into the Imp and Fiend territory. Imps spawn up here. You have to do a parkour to get down to the Fiends. Then you have the Beastman, Banshee, and Hill Troll. The Banshees are going to be within the Silver Caves, right over here. They're just going to be sitting inside here. You can do the quests for them. They're relatively easy. They just do high damage fast, so I recommend posture breaking them, but you can easily parry them. Hill Troll is going to be in a cave that's just a little bit up here. It's easier to come across the top than it is trying to find your way to the bottom. But the Hill Troll is in this cave right here. You can do the quest. I recommend having an animal out to distract this thing. You probably need another person to help you out, but only 2 people should do fine if y'all have comfortable setups. But the hardest one, I'd say, is the Beastmen. They're not exactly stronger than the Hill Troll. There's so many of them. About 4 or 5 of them can attack you at once, and they all grab and ragdoll you. I will show you what happens. Come down here and attack this guy and that guy. Now there's one or two. You can just single them off. You can walk behind them. They don't see you if you're behind the NPC, but when they turn around, you better be not there. There's also fishing you can do. This is the fishing quest right here. All the fun stuff. But yeah, once you completed this and you're like level 40-ish something, 43 should be a good number. You can go to Tundra after you complete the promotion quest, which is kill the runic whale. It has a lot of HP, it just doesn't do a lot of damage. So if you can like somehow negate the hits, you can solo it. It worked out. We can go back to the beach, you can go on a shark and go start your Tundra quest. Tundra quest, I'm pretty sure it's kill the Goblin King, kill the Lich, and then kill the Spider Queen. I'll show you where the Tundra quest is before I shut it down. Now, you're gonna need a shark tame to get across the ocean because it is a very big area and the shark is really fast in the water. There is a legitimate way to get across, and it's like this little rope that comes down on the side of Spider Cave, but I just ignored it. Lobsters have the highest defense here, coconut crabs have the second highest. Beast tamers contain these things with carapace that you get from mud crabs, but you're gonna come talk to this guy. When you have tamed your shark, he'll give you a saddle, go to him to equip your shark. Now the Tundra quest was revamped to make it a lot easier. It used to be where you had to kill all the bosses nearly, and then you had to get all the materials to craft the key. But now it just gives you the key if you kill 3 bosses. Of course, you have to kill the runic whale first. So don't complete the runic whale quest promotion until you've collected this quest. And once you do the runic whale promotion, you won't be able to do any of the beach quests anymore. So I recommend getting max level off the beach quest if you can. But you're going to talk to this guy, and he's going to give you a quest. You can go ahead and start it and then have fun. I think that'll be the end of the video. It's a long lot of talking, a lot of garbage, a lot of meh, but it's useful to know. Like multi-classing, you better be going to a class that also scales off the same stat. Like, you'll be toast if you don't. You do no damage, have no health, not fun. But I've been playing this game for about, I'd say, a week and a half. I'd say it's pretty fun. Of course, the drop rates are a little bit less to be desired. You know, when I had to go farm for the hammerhead rune, then I had to farm for the coconut crab rune. Where's that one at? Oh yeah. 0.25%. Why would they make it so rare? But anywho, I guess at the end of the video, I would like y'all for at least give me a little bit of a like, maybe, you know, subscribe. I'm sure Finn would appreciate it. He's probably just wondering why I'm babbling so much. But that's the end of the video. I'll see y'all later.